Today we're talking about conspiracies, conspiracy theories, and it aligns with the song that we just did, Blessed Sweet Oblivion. Hang on, we'll be right back. Conspiracies, been around forever, for sure. And there's always some naysayers, there's always someone who's going to say that there's something other than what's being said. Lies, people are cheaters, liars, they're coerced, they're convinced of other things, but there's a difference between empirical truth and belief. Okay, so let's get that right out of the way. And if there's a common consensus, doesn't mean it's absolutely true, but what it does mean is it means that, we should look at this theory and we should explore it. And oftentimes something that is taken as a truth or a fact or something like that has been peer-reviewed. Now, what is peer-reviewed? Peer-reviewed is people, usually of science or in that field, look at it and see the validity of it. That is the way it works. Not some nut bar out there in the back end of the internet that's telling you something that may or may not be their half-baked idea. So how does science work? Science starts with a theory, and then it works backwards to break that, to try and disprove the theory. Other than sort of belief systems which say, here's my theory and I'm going to do everything to prove it. That's a different kind of thing. And I've fallen into this trap. I've listened to all kinds of stuff. I've said it in the other videos. Let's look at what's going on today. People are told things. There's media outlets that give you ideas and theories, and they have guests on that try and sort of reinforce that thought process. It's not news. It's editorial. That's a different kind of thing. And what's the motivation? Well, oftentimes it is just based on serious money. Money being thrown at these ideas that are going to end up making someone rich or powerful. I've talked about it before. And out of that comes all kinds of crazy stuff. And today, it's not beyond people to just lie about things to get their point across or to get their political agenda across. Now, what do? We just listen to these people? No, you use critical thinking. Critical thinking is, okay, does this work? Is this true? And why is it true? And then look for sources to try and break that theory. Not stick to one news source. I'm only going to listen to right-wing media or some right-wing guy with a right-wing idea, and anybody that counters that idea, I can't listen to him. Same with people on the left. Let's get rid of the police force. That's frickin' crazy. Defund the police doesn't mean that. Defund the police means let's take some money and put it into other areas and maybe work on mental health and something that's social, those kind of ideas. But today we live in a corporate socialist system. And if you think I'm lying, who bailed out the banks? We did. When the crash came, we bailed them out. You wouldn't get that. Someone ain't going to come to your house and give you money and bail you out. If you ask for it, if you're going under, if you can't pay your mortgage, nope, you're on your own. They give you words or slogans to make you feel bad about yourself if you actually do get some kind of relief or you get your Social Security or something like that. They call it entitlements. Oftentimes you paid your whole life into that. Now some corporation wants to come and sort of take that and dole it out to you, and you'll get half of what you were supposed to get, a third of what you're supposed to get, or none at all. George Carlin said they're coming for all of it. There's a club and you ain't in it. So when you're hearing somebody spout off about ideas, Maybe they're not very bright, maybe they've been listening to somebody that's trying to control them, or maybe they're super intelligent, but they're trying to prove to you that they've got some secret knowledge that you don't have, you ain't in the know. Maybe they're trying to impress you. So check your sources, do a little bit of exploration, try and find out where the information is coming from and what the motivation is for telling you this sort of idea or this conspiracy or whatever. And find out for yourself. Use your critical thinking. Listen to many sources, left, right, in between, and it might open your mind. Let's use some open-minded thinking. And of course, as always, with Lucid Frontier, you gotta stay tuned.